evening. Welcome back to Roslyn Court. We've got a brilliant evening this evening. We have, not only do we have the most amazing Martin Carthy, but we also have Jackal, yay, which is great. Yep. And Jan Ryan's going to talk to us in a minute about a local charity thingy, community hall thingy, what's it? And I need to tell you that, disappointingly, Martin has forgotten to bring any CDs on the grounds that he hasn't made one for 20 years or something. But he says that he might have one somewhere. So whoever wins the raffle will get it sent to them directly. Yeah, I hope that's okay. Second prize in the raffle is, of course, Who Gives a Crap toilet roll. Yeah, it's, much coveted. And anyone who's bought a ticket here, hooray. Anyone at home who donates, you will be put in the raffle during this production. And if you can't afford to, that's fine. Enjoy the music. But comment, will you, on the live chat? And we will put you in for the raffle. Great. So I'm going to sing a quick song. Those of you at home, you can go and put the kettle on and stuff. And you can shuffle around for a minute. And then we'll sort things out. Okay, so in Newcastle, Christmas starts with Lindisfarne concerts. Well, it did when I was young anyway, and this was one of my favourite songs. When winter's shadowy fingers first pursue you down the street, and your boots about the cold around your feet, do you spare a thought for summer whose passage is complete, whose memories lie in ruins and whose ruins lie in heat when winter comes howling in. The wind is singing strangely, blowing music through your head, and the rain-spattered windows make you decide to stay in bed. Do you spare a thought for the homeless who wish that they were dead? Or do you pull your bedclothes higher, dream of summertime instead, when winter comes howling in? The creeping cold has fingers that caress without permission, and mystic crystal snowdrops only aggravate the condition. Do you spare a thought for refugees with no secure position, who are turned and spurned from borders and walls at the government's decision, when winter comes howling in? The turkey's in the oven and the presents are all bought, and Santa's in his module, he's an American astronaut. Do you spare a thought for Jesus, who had nothing but his thoughts, who was busted just for talking and befriending his own sword, when winter Thank you. Okay, we're going to hear now from Jan Ryan, who comes from the Cliftonville Cultural Space. Okay, thank you. Welcome her onto the stage, please.
Thanks, everyone. Can you hear me? Yes, I'm sure you can. It's lovely to be here. So Morag invited me along today because I'm director of Cliftonville Cultural Space. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with it, but you might, if you're not familiar with the organisation, be familiar with the building that we're in if you live locally, which is the old synagogue, which is almost like on the opposite corner from here. So the synagogue ceased functioning in 2017, and a group of us thought it would be so sad if this building just kind of vanishes off the face of the earth, you know, and the whole Jewish history of Cliftonville goes with it, because it's the last remaining memory, really, of that culture, which was very big here. So we managed to acquire the building 2 years ago, and it's now been deconsecrated. It's no longer a synagogue. We're turning it into a cultural space for basically for the people of Cliftonville, but of course for anybody else who wants to come along. So it's a long journey. We've got to raise a lot of money, but we have started doing some projects, and we've actually got an exhibition on there at the moment, which I would love to invite you to if you have the availability. So we've been doing an 8-month project called Cliftonville Voices, which has basically been trying to capture the experiences, the memories, the opinions of people who've lived in Cliftonville since, well, we went right back to when the synagogue was built in 1929. So we were talking to old residents who no longer lived here. I think the oldest person we spoke to was over 100. Right through to a young Roma guy who has just moved here. So it's a very, very broad spectrum. And we wanted to get their feelings about what it was like to live in this area, particularly after Time Out calling it, as you might have seen, the 8th coolest neighbourhood in the world, which is possibly a bit overblown. So anyway, well, maybe just a bit. So it's a lovely exhibition. It's open for 2 more weekends, and it's open from 4 till 8 on Fridays, and 2 to 6 on Saturdays and Sundays. And it really encapsulates what we're trying to do about making the space somewhere for everybody, that everyone is welcome. We want to capture all the different voices in Cliftonville. And there's a soundscape, there's a film, there are projections, there are obviously information boards. So do come along. And if you want to follow us, our social media tags are Cliftonville Cultural Space, and we also have a website which is cliftonvilleculturalspace.com. So please come and support us. Thank you very much. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. I've been to that exhibition. It's really interesting. It's good. Yeah. Okay, right, now we're going to welcome onto the stage, please, Jacko! Hooray!
Oh, sorry, I'll let you get up. Hello. That's my stage name. It's not my Christian name. I'm Huey, as some of you will already know. But in this instance, I go by Jackal. Is this on? 1, 2. So I'm going to sing a couple of songs, one now, one later. This one's about me and my brothers, one of whom has just landed in Gatwick about 2 hours ago after 3 years being stuck in Australia. So this is called Better. We were younger Thank you.
Oh, gorgeous. Wasn't that gorgeous? We'll have more of that. Us in the room, we will have more of that later on. Now it's time for me to introduce someone that needs no introduction, really. I mean, he was instrumental. Oh, you want one? You want one? Okay. He was instrumental in the folk revival in the 1970s. So basically, without him, we wouldn't all be sitting here, I believe. Yeah. There you go. Was that good enough? Yeah? That'll do. Okay, right. Please welcome onto the stage Martin Carthy. What a treat.
I'm going to slightly undress, but hopefully it's all going to warm up. Ouch, there we go. I'm going to start off with a song that I've written in my terms. I've only just learned. Okay. One of the things that was odd about lockdown was walking around the house for 3 years, carrying the guitar all the time, like that, walking around dutifully carrying the guitar, not playing it at all. So I didn't do much singing. And it was interesting when I suddenly found I had a gig a month away. And I thought, oh, I better do a bit of singing, and sang the first verse or something, and got to the second verse and thought, what happens now? Not a clue. So went back to school a lot. But remembering songs was really odd, because I was suddenly remembering songs that I'd learned in 1958. And just about every time thinking, why did you sing that one? I mean, there were some really quite nasty ones, and I thought, you shouldn't be singing that. And then first of all, I'll sing you the one that's newer, which is one that was recorded by Bob Copper from a woman called Mrs. Gladys Stone. He used to do BBC recordings of singers for the archive, I suppose. Yeah. And this was it. She called it Her Servant Man. The folklorists call it Daughter in the Dungeon. I've tended to stick with Her Servant Man because usually I sing it with Liza, and she's very nice and very long suffering, but you can see the lip begin to curl when. So it's Her Servant Man. of a young damsel, both fair and handsome. These lines are true, as I've been told. On the banks of Shannon, in a lofty mansion, her father claimed stores of gold. Her hair was black as the raven's feather, for fame and fortune dissembling can. There was a fella worked on the station, she fell in love with this serving man. As Mary Ann and her lover were walking, her father saw them and nearer drew. And as these two lovers were truly talking, in anger home her father flew. To build a dungeon was his intention, to part true lovers contrive a plan. He swore an oath and vowed intention, he'd part his daughter from her serving man. So he built a dungeon of bricks and mortar with a flight of steps, it was underground. The food that he gave her was bread and water, and not much cheer for her was found. 3 times a day he cruelly beat her, until in anger his daughter sang, "If I have transgressed my own dear father, I'll live and die for my serving man." When Edwin saw that her habitation was well secured by an iron door, he vowed in spite of all damnation he'd gain her freedom or rest no more. At the ground he soon got ready, with pick and crowbar he soon began. And with his plan he got in the dungeon, and there he found his sweet Mary Ann. And when that he saw that his daughter had vanished, just like a lion her father roared, he says, "From Ireland I'll have you banished, and with my broadsword I'll spill your gore." Then says young Edwin, "You see me ready, for now I've found her, do all you can. Forgive your daughter with a loyal pleasure, the one to blame is your serving man." When the old man saw him so tender-hearted, straight he fell down on the dungeon floor. Cries, "Surely true love will laugh at locksmiths, for love can break down an iron door." So that's the most recent one. It's only about 5 years old. What am I saying? But this one, I when I was going through all this stuff that I kept remembering, sort of, what's what's this one? And I pulled this particular one out and sang it to myself and thought, why did you drop that one? It's actually a bit of it's a Cecil Sharp classic. Excuse me. I hope to be doing less of this later on. As some of you will know, getting old is an interesting time. Oh boy. Yes, anyway, I digress. It's a song called High Germany, and I really did not understand why it got sidelined. But stuff does. That's the nature of stuff. I do love this song. I was really pleased to be doing it again. I'm still really pleased to be doing it again. But see what you think.
Oh, Polly, love, oh, Polly, the rout has now begun. We must go marching to the beating of the drum. Oh, dress yourself all in your best, come along with me. We'll go and fight those cruel wars in High Germany. Oh, Willie, love, oh, Willie, come and list what I do say. My feet, they are so tender, I cannot march away. And besides, my dearest Willie, I am with child by thee, not fitting for the war, my love, in High Germany. I'll buy for you a horse, my love, on it you shall ride. All of my delight shall be riding by your side. We'll stop at every alehouse, we'll drink when we are dry. We'll be true to one another, marry by and by. Oh, cursed be those cruel wars, ever they should rise. Out of merry England, pressed many's the man likewise. They pressed my true love from me, likewise my brothers three, and sent them to the war, my love, in High Germany. My friends I do not value, foes I do not fear. Now my love has left me, I wander far and near. And when my baby it is born, smiling on my knee, I'll think of lovely Willie in High Germany. Oh, Polly, love, oh, Polly, the rout has now begun. We must go marching to the beating of the drum. Oh, dress yourself all in your best, come along with me. We'll go and fight those cruel wars in High Germany. Oh, am I dropping too many hints? You. One will do. Thank you. For now. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's exciting being on the road. Yeah, one of the things that happened to me was being really, really happy. It's really very recent. Yeah, less than 5 years. I got this phone call suddenly out of the blue. There's one song I really, really wanted to go on singing, and for I was going to say all sorts of reasons. No, for one huge reason, which was that the music business was quite determined to get hold of the authorship, to get the ownership of this song. It's a thing called Scarborough Affair, and it just became a real pain in the neck and everywhere else to sing it. And I would start and I'd sort of stumble through it and I'm not doing that again, word mumble, mumble, mumble. People were always very happy to hear it, but I was never happy to sing it because, yes, but there we go. But I got this phone call, and this phone call was from this woman who said, "Hello, is that Martin Carthy?" I said, "Yes, it is." She said, "Oh, good. Can you sing Scarborough Fair?" And I said, "Well, I can actually, yeah." She said, "Oh, good. Could you come on Friday to the studio? It's in Scarborough, just down the road from where you live. Would you record it for me?" And I said, "Yeah, okay. What time?" 11 o'clock. "Okay, I'll be there." And she said, "Oh, good. I'll bring the words and music." Clunk, and put the phone down. Hello. See you on Friday. I needn't have worried because she turned up. She said, "How very nice to meet you. Oh, well, here's the words," and she handed me some words, and it was. You can imagine how many versions of Scarborough Fair there are, and then there's all the ones that aren't called Scarborough Fair, but which are exactly the same. And there's always something different, always something interesting in them, and there were some interesting bits in this. And she said, "Oh, good, you like those?" And I said, "They're nice words." And she said, "Here's the tune." She handed me this tune, and I looked at this tune and I said, "Hello, tune. Wow, you and I are going to become very, very good friends, I promise you." So there we are. Fabulous melody. And it was collected in Gothland, which is just about 9 miles inland from where we all live in Robin Hood's Bay. And it has the oldest Yorkshire longsword team that's in existence. And Gothland itself is spread over quite a wide area. There's 3 bits. It's made up of 3 bits. There's Gothland, there's Beckhole, and there's Darnholm. And incidentally, and there was a version collected by one of the other collectors, one of the other Yorkshire collectors, Frank Kidson, I think. Yes, and it's very nice, but it isn't as spectacular a tune as this, which was found by Cecil Sharp. I'll just sing you the song. It's to Scarborough Fair. Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. Once she was a true lover of mine. Tell her to make me a cambric shirt. Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Without any seam and no needlework, then she'll be a true lover of mine. Tell her to wash it in yonder dry well. Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Where water ne'er sprung nor drop of rain fell, then she'll be a true lover of mine. Tell her to dry it on yonder thorn. Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme, which never bore blossom since Adam was born. Then she'll be a true lover of mine. Tell him to find me an acre of land. Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Between the sea and the salt sea strand, then he'll be a true lover of mine. Tell him to plough it with a lamb's horn. Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme, and to sow it all over with one peppercorn. Then he'll be a true lover of mine. Tell him to reap it with a sickle of leather. Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme, and to thrash it all out with the skin of an adder. Then he'll be a true lover of mine. When you have done and you've finished your work, parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme, you can come to me for your cambric shirt, for then you'll be a true lover of mine. To Scarborough Fair, parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. Once she was a true lover of mine.
Thank you very much.
Enjoying this as much as we are here, and if you are in a position to pay any money towards the running of this event, it would be very, very much appreciated. And
Yes,
I mean,
yes. Oh.
Go on.
Did I say that out loud?
You did, yes. Two things. Well, there was two things really. One was I was going to suggest that perhaps people gave the cost of a best of Simon and Garfunkel CD, which is currently £5.99, or second-hand £1.99 if you're not so flush. I think that would be good. Yeah, I think that would be the equivalent. And the other thing...
It's interesting to note that the only person who ever made any money at all out of Scarborough Fair, because nobody who has recorded it, who has arranged by me, or whoever, you know, me, him, her, one of you. I mean, it's your song. It's your song. Why was I starting to burble about that?
The only person who ever made any money out of it was...
The only person who ever made any money at all about that from that song was Art Garfunkel, because he wrote it was Scarborough Fair / Canticle. He wrote the Canticle. That's not part of Scarborough Fair, so he will have made a very pretty penny out of it.
That was
And
why
good
I
luck to
suggested
him,
it.
Good luck to him.
Yeah, yeah, And the other thing of interest in that story was that Chris and I once spent a very happy week in Beck Hall, in a little cottage that had no services, no electricity, and no toilet. It was quite a long week. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much. Back to Martin Carthy. Thank you. Oh, yeah, yes.
Before you do anything, go on, no.
Now, I was going to say, where can people buy your CDs? But you said you haven't got any.
I didn't get any here. I didn't bring any with me.
But, okay, so if anybody wants to buy a CD off you, how can they do that?
Well, I could always, I mean, if God knows. I'm going to make one again, I promise, but haven't felt like it for... Pardon? Sorry?
We're
Not
not,
making you your fortune here.
I'm going to leave you to it.
Oh, God. See a ghost story. You've got to remind me how many am I going to do now?
You're going to keep going. See that clock over there?
I see that clock.
You're going to keep going till 25 past.
Oh, right,
Then
so
we're
jolly
going
good.
to pull the raffle,
Wonderful.
and then you'll do one more.
Right. I promised to send over a not too venerable CD of my work over to Morag so that she can give it to the person who wins the raffle. That's right, isn't it? Yes. She's not nodding, but I think that's right. Martin, start again. What was the first verse? I'm so busy. Gotcha. I am a sailor by my right. On the sea I took great delight. Of two girls I did beguile, and one of them I got with child. Promised I would be true to both, promised on my solemn oath. One of them became my wife, and the other took her own sweet life, for she hanged herself all to a tree. Two men hunting her did see, took a knife and they cut her down, and on her body a note they found. Here on the earth, please let me lie. Everyone that do pass by, everyone of warning take, and see what folly this young man make. While he's on earth, will I be just? While he's on earth, shall he take no rest? What she said plagued the young man's soul,
that on the sea he was forced to go. One day he stood on the topmast high, a little boat he chanced to spy, saw his true love come all alongside, two angel babies all by her side. His true love on the deck did stand, inquiring for this wicked man. In some little town your true love died, and in his grave his body lies. Oh, Captain, Captain, can you say so? For he is down in the hold below. And if you stand in his defence, here is the spirit will take you hence. Down from the deck then the captain goes, brought this young man to face his foes, fixed her eye on him so grim, it made him tremble in every limb. I and the spirit sent for you, you deceived me once, but I've got you now. Into the boat they have forced him then, all for to protect both ship and men, all for to protect both ship and men. Into the boat they have forced him then, the boat sank in a flame of fire, the sailors stood all to admire. A lady once had a lovely daughter. This lady was an actress on the stage. She travelled with a troupe of awful lions, and every night she would go into them lions' cage. One night her daughter had a premonition that everything that night might not go right. And so she went and told her dearest mother, "Oh, don't go in them lions' cage tonight. Oh, don't go in them lions' cage, dear mother dear, tonight. Them lions is ferocious and might bite, and when they get them angry fits, they'll chew you into little bits. So don't go in them lions' cage tonight." The mother laughed, "Ha ha!" and did not heed the warning that unto her daughter she had give. "I'm not afraid of them awful lions," she cried. "Not one of them could make me cease to live." She went into them cage of awful lions. Them lions was ferocious as could be. "Alas!" she cried, as one strode up and bit her. I now recall what daughter said to me. "Oh, don't go in them lions' cage, dear mother dear, tonight. Them lions is ferocious and might bite, and when they get them angry fits, they'll chew you into little bits. So don't go in them lions' cage tonight." "Oh, save my ma!" cried the daughter. From lions she is being bit and ate. I'll save your ma, cried a young man up in the gallery. I'll save her from those brutes, you bet. He went into them cage of awful lions. From lion biting she was almost dead. Here is your ma, he said, and kissed her. And the next Saturday afternoon, both she and he was wed. So don't go in them lions' cage, dear mother dear, tonight. Them lions is ferocious and might bite. And when they get them angry fits, they'll chew you into little bits. So don't go in them lions' cage tonight. Thank you. I learned that off a fella called, I'm sure some of you know him. He's known these days as Ron Gould. Ron Gould, no? Oh, interesting man. Great repertoire. Lots of stuff like that. But I learned it from him about 60 years ago when he was known generally as Red Nurk. Do me a favour. Guys. Anyway. Sing you this. It's a thing called Willie's Lady. Basically, she's a young lad who comes back from foreign parts with an extremely foreign-looking young lady on his arm who he announces as his wife. And this won't do. That's what his mum thinks. His mum takes one look at her and says, "No, you." And what that actually means, you know, she's got to go. I mean, she's got to die. Very simple. Ha ha ha. So she plots, and she's nasty because what she does is produce this. What she does is lays a spell on her that she shall become pregnant, but she shall never give birth. Which, of course, the girl doesn't realise anything is wrong until it's apparently way too late. But this is somebody who has one or two tricks up her sleeve. Does require Willie to do exactly what he's told when he's told, and he does. Wouldn't be much point in singing the song otherwise, would there? You might need to wonder what a master kid is, and a master kid is a young billy goat before they're smelly. Just very young, very lovable, great fun. My wife Norma had, when she lived in the West Indies for 4 years on Montserrat, and she had a pet
kid as a house pet. So it was absolutely lovely until he had to go, when he became a little bit, when he became smelly. Anyway, this is the capo. Oh, I haven't got the bleeding capo. Never mind, I'll deal with that.
I've got one.
Have you got one?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. I always have one, and today I took it out of my pocket. And I just suddenly decided to sing that song. Oh, brilliant, that's exactly right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yippee. Oh, yeah.
You need to wind it
It's all right.
one way or another.
Yep.
Let my microphone's a bit narrow.
The tune's Breton. And it was put to this song by the wonderful Ray Fisher. How many of you remember her? She was a fabulous singer. King Willie, he sailed over the raging foam. He wooed a wife and he brought her home. Wooed her for her long golden hair. His mother wrought her a mighty care. And a weary spell she is laid on her. She'd be with child full long and many's the year, but a child she would never bear. And in her bower she lies in pain. King Willie at her bed head he do stand. Down his cheeks the salt and tears do run. King Willie back to his mother he did run. He's gone there as a begging son. Says my true love has this fine noble steed, the like of which you ne'er did see. At every part of this horse's mane there's hanging 50 silver bells and 10. She's hanging 50 bells and 10. This goodly gift shall be your own, if back to my own true love you'll turn again, that she can bear her baby son. Of a child she will never lighter be, nor from sickness will she e'er be free. She will die and she will turn to clay. You will wed with another maid. Sighing says this weary man has back to his own true love. He's gone again. I wish my life was at an end.
to his mother he did run. He's gone there as a begging son. Says, my true love has this fine golden girdle set with jewels all about the middle. At every part of this girdle's hem there's hanging 50 silver bells and 10. There's hanging 50 bells and 10. This goodly gift shall be your own, if back to my own true love you'll turn again, that she might bear her baby son. Of her child she will never lighter be, nor from sickness will she e'er be free. But she will die, and she will turn to clay. You will wed with another maid. And sighing says this weary man, as back to his own true love he's gone again. I wish my life was at an end. Up and spoke his noble queen, and she has told King Willie of a plan, how she might bear her baby son. She says, you must go, get you down to the marketplace. You must buy you a loaf of wax, and you must shape it as a baby needs the breast, and you must make 2 eyes of glass. Ask your mother to a christening day, and you must stand there close as you can be, that you might hear what she do say. Gone him down to the marketplace, and he has bought him a loaf of wax, and he has shaped it like a baby on the breast, and he has made 2 eyes of glass. He asked his mother to a christening day, and he did stand there close as he could be, and he did hear what she did say. For how she stormed and how she swore, she spied a babe where no babe could be before, spied the babe where none could be before. And she says, who was it who undid the 9 witch knots woven in amongst this lady's locks? And who was it who took out the combs of care, braided in amongst this lady's hair? And who was it slew the master kid that ran and slept all beneath this lady's bed, ran and slept all beneath her bed? And who was it unlaced her left shoe? And who was it who has let her lighter be, that she might bear her baby boy? And it was Willie who undid the 9 witch knots woven in amongst this lady's locks. And it was Willie who took out the combs of care, braided in amongst this lady's hair. And it was Willie Willie's master kid did slay, and it was Willie who took out her left foot shoe, and he has let her lighter be. And she has bore her a baby son, and great are the blessing that be them upon, great are the blessings them upon.
Brilliant. Yeah, Is that a two? One.
What's that? Who is it?
Susan Robson.
Susan Robson.
Susan Robson.
Fix, it's my sister.
Ah,
In Oxford. Yeah.
what are the other sisters?
Not in there.
Not in there, okay. Peter,
Peter, go! You've won the toilet roll, Peter! Hooray! How exciting!
oh, good.
You've got a quickie. Do you do quickies? Did I say that out loud?
That's very unlike you.
I'm leaving the stage.
This is a fairly quickie. Yeah, do this. It's a. The clue in this song is that the fact that the what looks like the main character is riding a milk white steed. That should be a warning to any woman or anybody actually. It tells you straight away that the person is a totally unbridled shit. There's only word to describe him. But the clue is there, and she spots it. There's a song called Lovely Joan. A fine young man it was indeed, mounted on his milk white steed. Rode and he rode all alone, until he came to lovely Joan. Good morning to you, my pretty fair maid. Twice good morning, sir, she said. Tip to the wig and she rolled a dark eye. Says he to himself, I'll be there by and by. Oh, don't you think these pooks of hay a pretty place for us to play? So come with me, my sweet young thing, I'll give to you my golden ring. Then he took off his ring of gold. Oh, pretty miss, do this behold. Freely will I give it for your maidenhead. Her cheeks they blush like the roses red. Come and give that ring into my hand. I will neither stay nor stand, for your ring, it is worth much more to me than 20 maidenheads, said she. As he made for the pooks of hay, she leapt on his horse and she tore away. Call, he called, but he called in vain. For Joan she never looked back again. Nor did she think herself quite safe, not till she come to her true love's gate. Robbed him of his horse and ring, she's left him to rage in the meadows green.
See you later. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin Carthy. I love that song. That was great. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Martin Carthy. Thank you, Hughie Gavin. Jacko. Thank you. So we've had Martin, we've had Hughie. I'd like to thank Phil for doing the filming, please. John for doing the sound. Chris
Yes,
for doing the
thank you,
cameras.
thank you.
Andrew for whizzing round and taking drinks and all sorts of things, which you really shouldn't do. That's a naughty thing to do. And Lizzie in Galashiels, posting stuff all over social media. She's a young person, she can do that. And of course, in her pinny at the bar, Una. Yeah, yes. Okay. Next week, on the 15th, we've got a bit of a do here. We're going to have a bit of a Christmas party, and we're going to pass a bucket round for Crisis, so we're not taking a ticket thing. So if you want to go to that, let me know, and I'll put you on the list. On Sunday, we've got Tim Eady here. Amazing, yes. Very exciting. So let me know if you want to come to that, because tickets are selling very, very fast. And then we're back in January with Open Water. Who are a local indie band, who are very good, do lovely, lovely harmonies, very nice. Yeah, so I think you'll enjoy that. So let's have one more round of applause for the first half for Martin Carthy. And for Hughie Gavin. Yeah. And my name's Maura. And my name's Maura Butler. You can't get the stuff, you know. I'll see you here on next week, or Sunday the 18th, if that's the next one you're coming to. Thank you very much. Bye.